in 1979 when the embassy in Tehran came under attack, where the Iranian people wanted the Shah of Iran, the hell out. That was all run from Houston, Texas. You see, every time the Shah of Iran needed medical attention, he'd wind up down at St. Luke's Episcopal or at Methodist Hospital in Houston. The very same doctors that took care of the Bushes were the Shah of Iran's doctors. And Jimmy Baker over there at Baker and Botts, and that whole little gang of oil companies based out of Houston, Texas, around the Bushes and the Clintons, were deeply involved in the installation of Saddam Hussein, the Shah of Iran, and of course they gave huge amounts of money to the Bin Ladens and the Mujahideen and the Al-Qaeda, all from Houston, Texas. Isn't this just fascinating? Now you see, ladies and gentlemen, during that period of time, Donald Trump was part of the Clinton-Bush, Jimmy Baker and Botts, Joanna Herring King, Charlie Wilson's war gang from the Triad Development Company. The only connection that you need to look at to discover the Trump princess connection to Donald Trump and his wives, multiple wives, and the Khashoggis and the Gabanafars, and Oliver North and Secord and Bud McFarland, and you know, the whole Bill Casey, Admiral Poindexter game of General Manuel Noriega and Ferdinand and Imelda Marcos is right there in Houston, Texas, in the hot tub on the 26th floor, the Bush Suite, where the Bushes and the Clintons and the Obamas and Donald Trump have all been plotting those 52 strategic targets. You see, those 52 targets were all about the Shah of Iran being told to get the hell out. And tonight, the Parliament of Iraq wants the United States to take its military and leave. But Donald Trump said, hell no, we stole it fair and square. How long have we been in Baghdad, controlling and running Iraq's oil fields and Iraq's mining and manufacturing? How long have we been controlling the human resources from the green zone? America, what you're getting here is you're getting Iran-Contra, Charlie Wilson's war, the reunion tour. This whole mess that Donald Trump started with killing this general from Iran with a missile from the air. The Iraq-Iran reunion tour. Right, Donald Trump? And if anybody doubts me, I don't know, just ask yourself, what the hell was Donald Trump doing running around with the Triad Development Company in New York City and in Houston, Texas? And all over the world. Triad Development's been involved with Donald Trump for decades, when Donald Trump used to be 007. You see, folks, old Donald Trump is deeply connected to the Bush-Clinton crime family. Very deeply connected to the Clinton-Bush crime family. And you can not like it all you want to. Donald Trump and the Khashoggis and the Bin Ladens and the Gabanafars, hell, they were all in the hot tub with Charlie Wilson and Joanna King. Mujahideen, Al-Qaeda, the ISIS, the Clintons, the Bushes. Hell, they're all on the same team. 52 targets. Donald Trump. All you need to do is leave. I know you stole it fair and square, Donald. Your oil company and bankster buddies, your banker buddies, stole the oil wealth and the mineral wealth of Iran and Iraq. You tried to steal it, right? Isn't that what's going on in Iran? You already stole Afghanistan. That's why Bush attacked all these countries. I mean, the countries didn't have anything to do with what Bin Laden did. And I mean, if you're all upset with the Bin Ladens, why are you doing business with them? The fuel oil ministers of Saudi Arabia, the Bin Laden family, the big construction interests of the Bin Ladens, the buddies of the Bushes, the Clintons, and the Trumps. So there you have it, folks. All the links to all the massive financial corruption, the unbelievable bank bailouts, the unbelievable bailouts of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, printing up trillions in helicopter money, printing up trillions in quantitative easing. It's all tied to this Iraq-Iran reunion tour. Right, George Bush? Right, Hillary Clinton? Let's get a hold of Nelda Loose Radabow Blair down there in the Woodlands. And let's ask old Donnie Trump, old Mafia Don, about the Gulf Manor Airport, the Bin Ladens, Clark Clifford, Roger Altman, American Continental Corporation, and BCCI. BCCI, right there in Houston, Texas. Down there around the corner from the hot tub at the Houstonian Estates. Jimmy Baker III, Baker and Botts, Federal Judge Lynn Hughes, Federal Judge Lee Rosenthal, and Jimmy Baker III, the old Secretary of State. Let's talk about Joanna Herring King, the Bushes, Donald Trump, and the Bin Ladens. There's your story for you, folks. They're just wanting to invade again and take over Tehran. They want the oil riches of Iran. It's been going on for 100 years. They've been parasiting and exploiting Iraq, Afghanistan, and Iran for 100 freaking years, folks. It started in 1908. So let's see, that's 212 years, excuse me. Or 112 years. I misspoke. So Donald Trump, let's explain what happened at the Houstonian Estates and what Barry Seal and Terry Reid were doing up there at MENA with the Clintons. And all that weapons trafficking with Noriega, the Marcoses, and the Bin Ladens, and the ISIS, and the Al-Qaeda, and the Mujahideen. George Bush, old shrub, old W, he can explain all this stuff. Just get a hold of Hillary, Bill, Trump, Obama, and the Bushes, and I don't know, waterboard them, subject to some environmental manipulation. Lock them up for a few days in a freezing cold jail cell and see if they'll talk. William Barr, Christopher Wray. Tell the whole country why North and Secord used to have the big parties in uptown Houston at the Galleria Hotel. I think it was the Western Galleria or the Marriott Galleria. The hotel right there off of the main part of the Galleria in Houston. North and Secord and Bushes and Clintons and, all the super patriotic donors would show up there just down the street from the Houstonian Estates, and they'd raise all their secret money with the Bin Ladens to invade Iran and invade Iraq and, carry on in the Philippines and down in Panama and, run their secret wars all over the world. Black op clandestine financing right out of the looted banking capitals of Houston, Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio. Old Texas, boy, them banks got robbed like, oh, God almighty, did them Texas banks get robbed. I'd like to give a shout out to Peter Bruton, the Mafia, the CIA, and George Bush, and Dean Henderson up there in Missouri. Give a shout out to old Dean Henderson, and my pal over there in Panama City, Florida, old Dave Harbin. Give a shout out to him. And there's a whole bunch of other ones that were deeply onto the Bush, Clinton, Charlie Wilson, Joanna Herring King, Bin Laden, Noriega. I mean, the whole list is everything from Ferdinand Marcos to Bud McFarlane. And my old buddy Roland Carnaby, may God rest his soul. Roland Carnaby from Willis, Texas. Ain't that fascinating Donald John Trump. You know, Roland was from Willis. Why don't you tell the world what you know about Roland Carnaby, Donald Trump? He paid for it with his life. You know, back when you used to be 007, right, Donald Trump? Folks, I'm going to leave you right there. There's a bunch of information and links below. And just ask yourselves a couple of questions about where all these trillions, where did all the trillions walk off to? Christopher Wray and William Barr, maybe you can answer the American public. Where are all the looted, laundered, and missing trillions? Folks, I'll leave it right there. Hasta la vista, God bless, and you betcha we're coming back.